हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा भाई, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna. Okay, Manoj is already there. Hare Krishna, Manoj, you are back.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। यस प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा।
Jayanti Mata ji. Hare Krishna.
आपका फोटो दिखता था।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा। हाँ ठीक है। हाँ फैन लगा था।
Hare Krishna. चलो everybody there.
स्लो पे लगा।
तो कब आ रहे हैं आप मैंगलोर दोबारा?
यस अभी आएंगे प्रभु, जरूर आएंगे।
हाँ, बता देना।
यस
सब लोग बहुत खुश हो गए थे। छोटा मंदिर है ना, ऐसे
नहीं,
पांच छह लोग आते हैं तो मतलब रौनक आ जाती है मंदिर में। हाँ
नहीं बहुत बड़ा है प्रभु, बहुत अच्छा लगा प्रभु जी। रियली वी एंजॉय नाइसली।
कभी भी टाइम होगा ना, छुट्टी आएगा, अभी बच्चों का एग्जाम हो जाएगा।
यस प्रभु, यस श्योर श्योर श्योर। थैंक यू प्रभु फॉर कॉलिंग।
नहीं तो ऐसा करिए, बच्चे लोग मैनेज कर रहे हैं, आप तो बड़े दोनों आ जाइए। यहाँ बहुत काम है।
यस यस यस
मैं तो
बहुत
सबको
अच्छा
बोल रहा हूँ, जो लोग 40 साल को क्रॉस कर गए हैं उनको बोलो बहुत काम हो गया, आ जाओ। क्या 60-70 साल में लोग आते हैं तो क्या करेगा आदमी? तो
हाँ यस।
अभी मेरे पिताजी आप मिले हैं, कभी आवाज आ रही है ठीक से?
हाँ यस आ रही।
हाँ, कभी कभी मेरे को बोलते हैं बेटा कुछ सर्विस करेंगे। मैंने कहा पिताजी इस उम्र में क्या सर्विस करेंगे? और हमको भी शर्म लगती है, कोई बुजुर्ग को काम देना शर्म लगती है अपने को। इससे अच्छा है जितना जल्दी लेट नहीं करिए।
यस यस।
तो हम आप आए सर्विस मांगे और हमको शर्म दे काम लेने में, तो ऐसा नहीं होगा। जल्दी आ जाइए फटाफट।
थैंक यू प्रभु जी, थैंक यू।
क्योंकि क्या है कि क्या ना, मंदिर तो बन जाता है, ऐसा कोई बड़ा चीज नहीं है। सबसे होता है मंदिर में अच्छे भक्त, बहुत मुश्किल। और ऊपर से भक्तों के साथ काम करना भी एक कला है जो थोड़ा टाइम लगता है सीखने में।
हाँ यस।
हाँ, बहुत लोग हैं बहुत अच्छे भक्त होते हैं, लेकिन साथ काम करना भी एक कला है, थोड़ा टाइम लगता है। क्योंकि हम लोग पूरा जिंदगी मंदिर में रहे ना, एक जैसे एक बड़ा जॉइंट फैमिली में रहने जैसा चीज है। आजकल देखिए इतने भाई बहन प्रेम करते हैं लेकिन साथ नहीं रहते हैं, जब शादी हो जाती है दूर रहते हैं, है ना। सेम शहर में होंगे लेकिन साथ, पिताजी के पास बड़ा हवेली होगा लेकिन नहीं रखेंगे साथ, नहीं रह सकते, है ना। बच्चे अपने माँ बाप के पास भी नहीं रह पाते, उनका मन नहीं बैठता है ना। आजकल मौके में तो बहुत देखा होगा आपने, है ना। सेम शहर में है लेकिन नहीं रह सकते। तो ये सब चीज एक्चुअली सिमिलरली मंदिर में भी सोचिए, बहुत बड़ा जॉइंट फैमिली है, बड़े बड़े दिमाग है, अलग अलग इंटरेस्ट है, साथ रहने का कला है, थोड़ा टाइम लगता है सीखने में। फिर एक वो सीख लिया तो बहुत बड़ा उसको एक बेनिफिट मिल।
करेक्ट।
तो वो भी, उसमें भी ट्रेनिंग है, भी ऐसा नहीं है कि आगे, थोड़ा ट्रेनिंग होता है। साथ काम करना आसान है लेकिन उसके बिना बड़ा चीज नहीं हो सकता। बहुत एक्चुअली बहुत काम है, बहुत काम है मंदिर। मैं तो जितने भी स्टूडेंट सबको बोल रहा हूँ जल्दी जल्दी, जितना जल्दी हो सकता है आ जाओ, ठीक है। बोला भाई बहुत हो गया, तुम्हारा बहुत ध्यान कर रहा, बाकी भगवान ध्यान करेंगे, मैं चलता हूँ। आप खुद सोचो, है ना, जैसे उम्र हमारी बढ़ रही है, हमारी शक्ति भी बढ़ कम होते जा रही है। तो जितना मतलब जितना अभी देखिए 70 साल से 60 से ले लो नीचे, 60 के बाद काम करना मुश्किल हो जाता है। मैं भी 50 पहुंचने वाला हूँ अभी, है ना।
लेकिन रोज आपका कितना भगवान ने आपको, यू आर वेरी एक्टिव एंड आपका कितना हार्ड वर्क, आप कितना जल्दी उठते हैं, हम नहीं उठ पाते।
नहीं, मेन चीज है कि अच्छे भक्तों का संग है ना, वही मेरा कृष्ण का गिफ्ट है, मेरे को और कुछ नहीं चाहिए कृष्ण से। अच्छे भक्तों तो आप हमेशा मुस्कुरा के खुश रह सकते हो, है ना।
यस
ये क्या धन यौवन ये सब है नहीं है, चलता है। कृष्ण आ गए। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
चल रहा है ये, तो ये तो हमने दे दिया। हाँ तरह तरह दे दिया है। अभी क्या चीज और, चलो कौन कीर्तन करेगा? मनोज थोड़ा देर कीर्तन करेंगे, 5 मिनट।
यस प्रभु जी।
ठीक है, आप लोग कीर्तन रिपीट करिए, मैं सबको और भी एक लिंक दे देता हूँ ये। हाँ ठीक है। हरे कृष्णा।
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने।
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने।
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्देशतारिणे।
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्देशतारिणे।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna
चलो
Maharaj.
चलो
Thank you, Maharaj. Some internet disturbance. People are going in, out. Okay, they will come in. Not a worry. Thank you, everybody. We had nice kirtan. I've been hearing this tune from Manoj since I met him in 2004. Some tune he's having in his heart. I used to go to college just to hear this tune. Okay. Okay. Okay, welcome, Rohan. Everything is fine, Rohan?
Yes, sir. Hare Krishna, sir. It's all right, sir. That 10%, whatever 10% was there, it came out to be this thing, sir. So he's fine now.
Yeah, that goes on. He's at home or is in the hospital?
No, he's still in the hospital, still in ICU, sir.
They'll not allow people to sit around. If you are free and vacation is there, you better go there. And
No, actually, sir, mom told me to stay here because no one's there at home. So they both have gone, mom and dad.
They cannot help him. Only you can help him. You can sit and read this all Krishna Leela. You can read Bhagavatam, and best is you can sit and chant. Yes. They can do one thing. They can the device is there now which plays Hare Krishna Kirtan.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
No, forget about device. Any mobile or something. Everybody will have an extra mobile. Let us just put one extra mobile there, and you can download for them Prabhupada chanting, Japa or Kirtan, soft Kirtan. Just put it along. It will be very pleasing for him. Okay?
Yes,
that will be good.
Yes, I will do it. Yes, sir. I'll tell them.
Best is you go there. You can help him. Our Rashi Mataji, when there was a situation that her father was in trouble, she and the mother chanted 24 hours for 15 days. And before leaving the body, he said Hare Krishna and left the body. When he was not chanting at all. He was not chanting at all before that. They just were sitting and they didn't allow him to be shifted to ICU. They said, let him remain here. Here only you do what you can do, general ward. And they were sitting both next, one, both side, her mother and she continued, both of them anyway chant 100 rounds. So they chanted more maybe, like 192. They kept chanting continuously 15 days. And he said Hare Krishna and he left the body. Imagine how auspicious, correct?
Yes,
so therefore, give a chance like that, okay?
Yes, sir. I will do it.
Now tell your father, mother, at least for a change, tell them to chant Hare Krishna.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna, Prabha Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and Pranam, Prabhu.
Correct. Hare Krishna. Yes, Nupur, Hare Krishna. Hello. Ready?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Chalo, so you can start reading. Yeah.
Chapter 31, the kidnapping of Subhadra and Lord Krishna visiting Shrutadeva and Bahulaswa.
31.
After hearing this incident, King Parikshit became more inquisitive to hear about Krishna and his pastimes. And thus he inquired from Shukadeva Goswami how his grandmother Subhadra was kidnapped by his grandfather Arjuna at the instigation of Lord Krishna. King Parikshit was very much eager to learn about his grandfather's kidnapping and marriage of his grandmother.
Okay.
Thus, Sukadeva
He wants to know the kidnapping because it is related to a great devotee. Therefore, he is interested.
31.
No, see what a numbering करने top title ढूंढ लीजिए, title में मिल जाएगा आपको, correct? कभी-कभी numbering क्या है, ये पुराना volume है तो numbering थोड़ा अलग भी हो जाता है.
Okay, thank you.
आप ये title देखिए, kidnapping of Subhadra करके.
Kidnapping of Subhadra.
जो ये 31 है ना, ये 2 volume book है, इसलिए आपको नहीं मिलेगा. ये करीब last के chapters आ रहे हैं. These are last few chapters. किताब के end में दिखेगा, kidnapping of Subhadra.
Kidnapping.
ठीक है.
It's the 17th chapter actually in the.
वो क्या है ना वो 70.
17 in 17 in part 3.
70 ठीक है.
Canto 10th canto part 3 17.
ठीक है. अगर आप उस तरह देखेंगे तो 17 chapter in the Srimad Bhagavatam canto 3. 10th canto part 3. Okay, chalo. Rohan. So sorry, Nupur Mataji. So he's interested to know what's happened and how these things to happen. How his grandfather kidnapped his grandmother. He wants to know. Interesting. If you have this story in your family, grandfather kidnapped grandmother and married. He wants to know how it happened. It's a very interesting story because see, one thing is there. I was just telling devotee, there was recently some time we had some discussion, and the devotees are analyzing how Bhishma sometimes made mistake in his life. So I was very, very angry at them and I blasted them. Because pure devotees, whatever they do, seemingly good or bad in the world, it is propelled by the Lord within the heart. So there can be never a mistake of a pure devotee. You understand? So seemingly this looks like, what is that? Arjuna got attracted, ran out of Subhadra. No, it was a sanction of Krishna. Pandavas never did anything without permission of Krishna. So every activity is auspicious of a pure devotee. Why? Because it does not do anything without the permission of Lord. It makes sense? That's
Yes,
nice. So therefore, all the activities of the Lord or his devotees are glorious. Seemingly looks like this. What is this? Arjuna running after a girl? No. Even Krishna kidnapped Rukmini. Okay? It is still considered glorious and it is read. Anna? Krishna. People read with great pleasure. Yes. Chalo, continue.
Thus, Sukadeva Goswami began to narrate the story as follows. Once upon a time, your grandfather Arjuna, the great hero, was visiting several holy places of pilgrimage, and while he was thus traveling all over, he happened to come to the Prabhakshetra. In the Prabhakshetra, he heard the news that Lord Balaram was negotiating the marriage of Subhadra, the daughter of Arjuna's maternal uncle Vasudev. Although her father Vasudev and her brother Krishna were not in agreement with him, Balaram
Was in favor.
Balram was in favor of marrying Subhadra to Duryodhan. Arjuna, however, desired to gain the hand of Subhadra.
Now, I read some commentary on this. Basically, Balram is Sankarshana. He is together. Sankarshana means the force of attraction. He brings things together. And Krishna, sometimes, Krishna will is sometimes to punish when people are wrong. Okay? But Balram always becomes subordinate to Krishna. As such, he was trying to unite these two families, Kauravas with, if he would have united Kauravas with the Yadavas, automatically united them with the Pandavas one again time. So Duryodhana marries Subhadra. His whole idea was that some Sandhi will come. So, these people will stop fighting. You understood? Did you get his point? Why he was trying to do Balaram. But at the same time, Krishna's intelligence is much more. So when he understands that Krishna is trying to do something else, he bows his head down. Hare Krishna, Vivek.
Hare Krishna, sir.
After such a long time, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Vivek, hey, Rohan, have you remember the famous video Sattva Rajas Tamas we showed in the
Yes, sir, that video, sir. Yes, sir.
Same Vivek.
Sir, NIT ke, no, sir?
He's still same. He's extremely sattvic. But he has to now, Krishna has to be merciful to him and give him love of Krishna. Correct? But he's like a dry grass which can easily burn. Okay? Welcome, Vivek. Okay? We are discussing the story of Krishna kidnapping Subhadra.
Yes,
Sorry, Arjuna kidnapping Subhadra. Okay? So I was just commenting, that looks little strange. Why would somebody be interested in the kidnap story? And is it that Arjuna also became lustful and he ran after Subhadra? No. Pandavas were such great devotees, they never did anything, including, you see, Mahabharata war gives an example. They did not do anything without permission of Krishna. They took permission. Krishna, can you do that? Isn't it? Otherwise, the war was not to be even fought. Even after the war, Arjuna was not sure. Yudhishthira was not sure. Did he do the right thing? So they were always checking with Krishna and doing. When you do like that, there can be no fault. There can be no fault. Just like we don't eat without offering to the Lord. In case we eat vegetarian food. But still, in case there is a fault and we have given inconvenience to some living entity for our food, we offer to the Lord. So that is taken care of. So similarly, everything in life we should check with the Lord and then do. So Pandavas never did anything without that. Therefore, it is even though seemingly it's something looks a little funny, but no, it is fine. And Parikshit Maharaj is very keen to know how his grandfather kidnapped his grandmother. So that is how the story starts. Okay? So this is now, I was just explaining Balaram acts a little differently from Krishna. Balaram is the principle of Sankarshana. He attracts. Okay? In fact, the law of gravitation explained in science is another way, and Vedas is the principle of Sankarshana, attraction. One object attracts another objects. Why? Nobody knows, but that's Sankarshana. I don't think in science, classical physics, they don't know the reason, because there is no graviton found till now. I mean, I am sitting here and Rohan is there, but we are attracting towards each other. You know, that's a funny phenomena. So anyway, so Balaram is the principal. So he tries to create Sandhi. And he was thinking, if Duryodhana gets married to Subhadra, then Kauravas become very close to Yadavas. And Yadavas are very close to the Pandavas. That way Sandhi will happen. This will stop fighting. But then Krishna's intelligence is much more. He has decided something else. Because he wanted this, what crime Kauravas had done cannot go unpunished. They had tried to strip somebody's wife in public. So Krishna, even today, nobody will agree such a crime should go unpunished. Unless, okay, they fall at the feet of Draupadi, she pardons, that's a separate issue. But they are not taking that, and they are, gone unpunished. So a reaction to karma has to come to them. For people to know such a thing is heinous. Otherwise, people will think, okay, we can get away. So Krishna was planning something else, and we cannot just measure the mind of the Lord. He had his own plan. So Balaram finally, knowing Krishna's plan is different, always becomes subordinate to the plan of Krishna. Seemingly looks like, just like, there was, he trained Duryodhana. So it looks like Balaram was in favor of Kauravas and Krishna was in favor of Pandavas. Both are Vishnu Tattva. So it looked like both had God on their side. No. Balaram was just actually that time playing. Because Duryodhana would not have fought the Mahabharata war unless he had that pride that, I am a special warrior. So he knew where Krishna is leading the war, he just participates. So bhakti is not only doing something pleasing, but always sometimes seemingly it acts contradictory. Just like Mother Yashoda, she takes her sticks and chases Krishna. This is, by superficial reading, this is not bhakti. What are you doing? You should be serving Krishna and you are chasing him with a stick and you are, frightening him and he's crying. No, but actually bhakti is something even more advanced. The limit of bhakti is even more. Sometimes you can act contrary just to give pleasure to the Lord. Like Satyabhama always fights with Krishna just to give pleasure to Krishna. Okay? So in that way we have to understand. Now let us go. Yes, Nupur Mataji.
As he thought of Subhadra and her beauty, Arjuna became more and more captivated with the idea of marrying her. And with a plan in mind, he dressed himself like a Vaishnava sannyasi, carrying a tridanda in his hand. The Mayavadi sannyasis take one danda or one rod, whereas the Vaishnava sannyasis take three danda or three rods. The three rods or three danda indicate that a Vaishnava sannyasi was to render service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by his body, mind, and words. The system of Tridanda Sannyasa has been in existence for a long time, and the Vaishnava sannyasis are called Tridandis, or sometimes Tridandi Swamis or Tridandi Goswamis.
Okay, you understood one rod. So by just seeing the sannyasa rod or the tilak, in the net you can type in different tilak for different people. What philosophy somebody is following, you can know by the kind of tilak he's having on the head. You can have a full, there is a beautiful display. Different sampradayas have their tilak. Just by seeing tilak, you can know which philosophy belongs to, including now danda. The sannyasa, the Mayavadis have single danda, and Vaishnava the three danda, because body, mind, and soul they offer to the Lord. So therefore, three dandas are offered to that's a sign. And the Mayavadis ek danda, because they call themselves Advaita. Everything is one. I am one with God. We said, no, I am not one with God. I am a servant of God, Vaishnava say, and I will go to offer my body, mind, and words for the service of the Lord. Therefore, it's called Tridandi Sannyasi. So Arjuna chose to take Tridanda with him when he went for one drama. He's going to do one drama. He goes, did I show you all the picture? Actually, I was looking for a high resolution one, but I didn't get. So I took a low resolution one. Okay. Uh, yeah, here it is. You'll see small picture. I think this picture, some people have seen. Can you see this? Arjuna is sitting like a sannyasi with a danda, and
Oh.
here Balaram. He's having food in the Balaram's place, and his eyes are on Subhadra. He's staring at Subhadra. So that's what will be there. Now let us see the whole story. Okay. Chalo, Mataji, read. Yes.
Thus, oh no, sorry.
Sannyasi.
Page number.
Sannyasi are generally.
This is.
Okay,
Okay, this
next
page
page.
is over. First page is over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sannyasis are generally meant to travel all over the country for preaching work. But during the 4 months of the rainy season in India, from September through December, they do not travel but take shelter in one place and remain there without moving. This non movement of the sannyasi is called Chaturmasya Vrata. When a sannyasi stays in place for 4 months, the local inhabitants of that place take advantage of his presence to become spiritually advanced. Arjuna, in the dress of Tridandi sannyasi, remained in the city of Dwarka for 4 months, devising a plan whereby he could get Subhadra as his wife. The inhabitants of Dwarka, as well as Lord Balaram, could not recognize the sannyasi to be Arjuna. Therefore, all of them offered their respect and obeisances to the sannyasi without knowing the actual situation.
Okay.
One day,
Okay.
Lord.
Wait. So this is a logical thing because a rainy time, people are traveling on foot. It is very difficult for a sannyasi to travel. So it's quite reasonable he can stay in a place. And he also gets little rest because every day he's traveling from different town to different town. So for 4 months, 8 months he travels like this. 4 months he stays at the place. This is called Chaturmasya Bharata. Even now it's popular. Different religious communities, they invite their swamis to stay in the place. Now today you can travel in a car or air even in rainy time. But still, as a custom, still Chaturmasya people, some people all. In ISKCON, we don't, we keep traveling because facilities are there, very used to preach. But I've seen some communities, isn't it, Shisha? The GSBs
Yeah.
also have Chaturmasa, or Sannyasi has
Yeah.
come to Chaturmasa, and he
Yeah.
stays. The other principle is beneficial because for 4 months, people get a chance to take his association. They can learn something from it. Somebody is coming, going. You really cannot sit down and learn anything. You can learn some books from that person. But the person should be man of knowledge. Okay. Dwarka Balarama. So they did not recognize Arjuna. Everybody knows Arjuna, but he is so nicely dressed, they could not. Even that's like, Jarasandha. At the time, Arjuna has taken also dress of a Brahmana, and Jarasandha could not recognize Arjuna, Krishna, and Bhima had went as dress of a Brahmana. Continue, Mataji.
One day, Lord Balaram invited this particular sannyasi to lunch at his home. Balaramji very respectfully offered him all kinds of palatable dishes, and the so called sannyasi was eating sumptuously. While eating at the home of Balaramji, Arjuna was simply looking over beautiful Subhadra, who was very enchanting even to the great heroes and kings. Out of love for her, Arjuna's eyes brightened and he began to see her with glittering eyes. Arjuna decided that somehow or the other he would achieve Subhadra as his wife, and his mind became agitated on account of his strong desire.
Okay. ठीक है, चलो, continue.
Arjuna, the grandfather of Maharaj Parikshit, was himself extraordinarily beautiful, and his bodily structure was very much attractive to Subhadra.
Arjuna was very fair and very beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Subhadra also decided within her mind that she would accept only Arjuna as her husband. As a simple girl, she was smiling with great pleasure looking at Arjuna. Thus, Arjuna became more and more attracted by her. In this way, Subhadra dedicated herself to Arjuna, and he resolved to marry her by any means. He then became absorbed 24 hours a day in the thought of how he could get Subhadra as his wife. He was afflicted with the thought of getting Subhadra, and he did not and he had not a moment's peace of mind.
Yeah.
Continue, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Continue. It's easy to understand. Yeah.
Once upon a time, Subhadra, seated on a chariot, came out of the palace fort to see the gods and the temple. Arjuna took this opportunity and, with the permission of Vasudev and Devaki, he kidnapped her. After getting on Subhadra,
He has taken permission of Vasudev Devaki also. You understand? The parents. Yeah. Then.
After getting on Subhadra's chariot, he prepared himself for a fight. Thus, taking up his bow and holding off with his arrows, the soldiers ordered to check him. Arjuna took Subhadra away. While Subhadra was thus being kidnapped by Arjuna, her relatives and her family members began to cry. But still he took her, just as a lion takes his share and departs. When it was disclosed to Lord Balaram that the so-called sannyasi was Arjuna, and he had planned such a device simply to take away Subhadra, and that he had actually taken her, he became very angry. Just as the waves of ocean become agitated on a full moon day, Lord Balaram became greatly disturbed.
Yeah, continue.
Lord Krishna was in favor of Arjuna. Therefore, along with other members of the family, he tried to pacify Balaram by falling at his feet and begging him to pardon Arjuna.
Look at this. Krishna is falling at the feet of Balaram. Krishna does everything for his devotee. Everything. You know.
Lord Balaram was then convinced that Subhadra was attached to Arjuna.
Just understand this. You know, Krishna can do anything. My God, for his devotee can. You know, for Mother Yashoda, for Nanda Maharaj used to carry slippers, and for Arjuna, he's now falling. Later, he's going to drive Arjuna's chariot also. So when you talk about service to Krishna, it is not like, I always said, you don't go wash the pots of your servant. Do you do that? Rohan, you also have a servant at your home. Do you say that today I'll come to your house and I'll cook for you? We don't do that in this world. True? Very rare some gentleman does, but generally people don't do that. So service, when you talk about being servant of the Lord, it is service out of love. It is not a service done out of some kind of exploitation. No. So Arjuna is a great servant of the Lord. He fought the war for the Lord. Krishna, he drove his chariot. Here, see, Krishna is for Arjuna's sake. Because Arjuna wants to marry, and Krishna also wants Subhadra to marry Arjuna. He's falling at the feet of Balaram, begging him to pardon Arjuna. And Balaramji, the moment he understood that actually, in fact, very interesting thing was that Subhadra was the one who drove the chariot, not Arjuna. So when he tells this to Balaramji, he said, oh, that means she wanted it. Then he leaves it. Okay, that's my sister. If she wanted Arjuna, that's fine. But without her wish, if he has kidnapped, he wanted to really finish him off. Chalo, continue. But he always, that's the nature of Balaramji. He also plans. But the moment he sees that Krishna's plan is different, he becomes always subordinate to the plan of Krishna. Even in the Mahabharata war, when Duryodhana was beaten in a wrong way by Bhima, Balaramji was extremely angry. But then when he saw that Krishna's plan was in that way, he said, okay, that's fine. He always becomes subordinate. Okay. But his way of solving problems is different. Whenever it intersects, he becomes subordinate to Krishna.
One question, Prabhu.
Chalo, continue.
One question.
Lord.
Chalo. Okay, what is the question, Shisha?
That Balarama is the source of all the Vishnus and Paramatma. How he was not able to recognize Arjuna as a Kapata sannyasi?
Krishna can bewilder Balaram also. Balaram's position is very exalted. He is saying, how is it that Balaram could not recognize Arjuna? What is the answer, Kapoor? You have any answer?
Prabhuji, whatever you said, that if it's the Leela, Krishna can do that also.
See what happens to just like when Krishna is playing with Mother Yashoda, so the Yogamaya of the Lord arranges the pastime. Just like we are influenced by Mahamaya. Influence of Mahamaya, we get attracted to so-called glitter of the world. We get attached to our own body and other things. Correct? So Mahamaya. Yogamaya, on other hand, enhances the pastimes and makes it very pleasurable. So it's the trick of Yogamaya that Balaramji, just like when Krishna is playing his Mother Yashoda, he forgets he is God. How can he enjoy the pastime? So similarly, Yogamaya makes it's saying the sweetening of pastime by Yogamaya घुमाया, the Balram ji was put into ignorance, है ना? And by Krishna's will. Yeah. Continue.
Lord Balaram was then convinced that Subhadra was attached to Arjuna, and he became pleased to know that she wanted Arjuna as her husband. The matter was settled, and in order to please the newly married couple, Lord Balaram arranged to send a dowry consisting of an abundance of riches, elephants, chariots, horses, servants, and maidservants. Maharaj Parikshit was very anxious to hear more about Krishna, and so after finishing the narration of Arjuna's kidnapping Subhadra, Shukadeva Goswami began to narrate another story as follows.
And now Duryodhana become more envious of Arjuna. He wanted Draupadi, Arjuna took away. He wanted Subhadra, Arjuna took away. What is this? Chalo. Continue.
There was a householder Brahmana in the city of Mithila, the capital kingdom of Videha. This Brahmana, whose name was Shrutadev, was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Due to his being fully Krishna conscious and always engaged in the service of the Lord, he was completely peaceful in mind and detached from all material attraction. He was very learned and had no other desire to be fully situated in Krishna consciousness. Although in order of householder life, he never took great pains to earn anything for his livelihood. He was satisfied with whatever he could achieve without much endeavor, and somehow or the other he lived in that way. Every day he would get necessities for life in just the quantity required and not more. That was his destiny. The Brahmana had no desire to get more than what he needed, and thus he was peacefully executing the regulative principles of a Brahmana's life as enjoined in the revealed scriptures.
Basically, Brahmana business is not to accumulate money. Brahmana accumulates knowledge. Kshatriya accumulates power. Vaishya accumulates money. And Shudra accumulates sleep. So we are Kaliuga means we are Shudras. What a day today. I slept 20 hours. That's all our satisfaction. But Vaishya is satisfied. He does not waste time. Just like in hostel. When I used to read Prahlad Maharaj says people sleep 12 hours, I was thinking who? But when I studied the hostels, practically everybody sleeps 12 hours. Rohan, how many hours you are sleeping when in a hostel?
Sir, initially 8 hours.
Then?
8 hours. Then, sir, after moving to I have 6 hours and getting up in the morning and
chanting. That became that. But otherwise in the hostel, they sleep only. Yes, they sleep at night, they get up in the morning, they sleep, they come from college, again they sleep, then again they sleep and they sleep again.
Yes, sir. Sleep and don't take bath, no hygiene also, sir.
You were not taking bath sometimes in the morning?
No, sir. I was taking generally hostel.
Okay, so Brahmana's life is, so he is not busy in accumulating money. He was happy with the, Brahmana is fully satisfied if he accumulated some knowledge. That's a great important. Oh, Keshava is coming. And Kshatriya is very satisfied if he gets some power. And Vaishya is, end of the day, if he has some more power, Kshatriya is very happy. And then Vaishya is very happy, end of the day, if he has some bank balance increases. And Shudra is very happy if he could sleep extra that day. Okay, so therefore this Brahmana had to die, but just basic life is going on, he's fully satisfied. Okay. One man food is other man poison, correct? Brahmana is fully happy with it. He has no complaints. Yeah. Next.
Fortunately, the king of Mithila was a good devotee as the Brahmana. The name of this famous king was Bahulaswa. He was very well established in his reputation as a good king, and he was not at all ambitious to extend his kingdom for the sake of sense gratification. As such, both the Brahmana and the king Bahulaswa remained pure devotees of Lord Krishna in Mithila. Since Lord Krishna was very merciful upon these two devotees, King Bahulaswa and Brahmana Shrutadeva, he one day asked his driver Daruka to take his chariot to the capital city of Mithila. Lord Krishna was accompanied by great sages Narada, Vamanadev, Atri, Vyasadev, Parshuram, Asita, Aruni, Brihaspati, Kanva, Maitreya, Chavana, and others. Lord Krishna and the sages were passing through many villages and towns, and everywhere the citizens would receive them with great respect and offer them articles in worship. When the citizens came to see the Lord and all of them assembled together in one place, it seemed that the sun was present along with his various satellite planets. In that journey, Lord Krishna and the sages passed through the kingdoms of Anartha, Dhanava, Kurujangala, Kanaka, Matsya, Panchal, Kunti, Madhu, Kekeya, Koshala, and Arna. And thus all the citizens of these places, both men and women, could see Lord Krishna eye to eye. In this way, they enjoyed a celestial happiness with open hearts full of love and affection for the Lord. And when they saw the face of the Lord, it seemed to them that they were drinking nectar through their eyes. When they saw Krishna, all the ignorant misconceptions of their lives dissipated. When the Lord passed through the various countries and the people came to visit him, simply by glancing over them, the Lord would bestow all good fortune upon them and liberate them from all kinds of ignorance. In some places, the demigods also would join with the human beings, and their glorification of the Lord would cleanse all directions of all inauspicious things. In this way, Lord Krishna slowly and gradually reached the kingdom of Videha.
So people are very fortunate. When Krishna was personally present, they were more pious and they were celebrating. They could do Sandhya Arati with Krishna himself. When you do Sandhya Arati in the evening, it is to the deity, isn't it? And if Krishna is passing your town, you can go with articles, Arti, and do Sandhya Arati. Just like in Rath Yatra, what everybody brings an Arti plate, correct? The Lord has come out, they can directly do the worship. Krishna gradually did the kingdom of Videha. Yes. Next. Any questions here? Welcome, Keshava. Chalo. Continue.
When the news of the Lord's arrival was received by the citizens, they all felt unlimited happiness and came to welcome him, taking gifts in their hands to offer. As soon as they saw Lord Krishna, their hearts immediately blossomed in transcendental bliss, just as a lotus flower blooms on the rising of the sun. Previously, they had simply heard the names of the great sages but had never seen them. Now, by the mercy of Lord Krishna, they had the opportunity of seeing both the great sages and the Lord himself.
This is unusual. You know, it's on our part. Actually, we need to get qualified to see the Lord. And even the great sages, they are also there. What we hear, all these sages, Vyasadeva, all these sages are there. It is said Madhvacharya went and met Vyasadeva. You know, that is some 800 years ago. Vyasadeva was 5,000 years ago. The pastime is over. So these sages, great sages are there. They are, you know, you can meet them. Parashuram is there. If you can meet him. All these great sages. But if we are qualified, we can see them. So they could not only see Krishna, even Krishna we are not seeing. They could see Krishna. But just like a curtain, very nicely you can understand, just like a curtain. It's not that Krishna, particularly in Dhamas, Krishna is always there. But the curtain was open or curtain was closed after some time. So if we can go to Dhama, the curtain is not lifted for us. It is said the four Sampradaya Acharyas, they went to Navadip and they met Lord Chaitanya. The curtain was lifted. So Krishna can reveal his presence anywhere. Like Prahlad Maharaj revealed his presence from the pillar. He can reveal his presence everywhere. But he does not lift the curtain because we are not ready to handle his pastime. We are not ready for him now. But Krishna loves us, so on his part, the love continues. And when we also start loving him and love pure devotion, ready for a pure dealing of pure love, Krishna manifests. Because Krishna doesn't like when we are not ready. And neither we can join his pastime, neither we can handle his pastime, neither we can handle his sweet devotees. You'll be making, we see Krishna, Rasalila, we see millions of gopis are running towards Krishna. What will we do? We will say, some gopi, why don't you come behind me? Why all of you have to go there? 100% we will do that. 100%. So we are not ready now. We are not ready now for the Lord's pastime. And the pastime in the spiritual world, Krishna is the center. And we are his servants. But today we do not want that because we also want to be the center. So till the time we cannot accept Krishna to be the center, we have to remain here. So very subconsciously we can all analyze that actually we still want to be the center. The whole world. Prabhupada says spiritual world means everybody wants to serve. And material world means everybody wants to be served. That's the difference. The moment this consciousness change occurs, we are ready to go to the spiritual world. Everybody wants to serve. Yes, Hare Krishna. Any question, Rohan? Is it clear? Vivek, you have been hearing silently. You like to ask
Clear, sir.
something?
Clear.
No, no, any,
Vivek, anything like that?
no doubts till now.
Rohan, you like to say something?
No, sir. Same. Nothing, sir. Clear, sir.
Nothing. Prabha Mataji, Manoj.
No, Prabhu.
So we continue. We are reading the Leela. It's a beautiful pastime which is going to come now. Okay, the rage with Krishna has reached Videha. Continue.
When the news of the Lord's arrival was received by the citizens, they all felt unlimited happiness and came to welcome him, taking gifts in their hands to offer. As soon as they saw Lord Krishna, their hearts immediately blossomed in transcendental bliss, just as a lotus flower blooms on the rising of the sun. Previously, they had simply heard the names of the great sages, but had never seen them. Now, by the mercy of Lord Krishna, they had opportunity of seeing both the great sages and the Lord himself. King Bahulaswa, as well as Brahmana Shrutadev, knowing well that the Lord had come there just to grace them with favor, immediately fell at the Lord's feet and offered their respects. With folded hands, the king and the Brahmana each simultaneously invited Lord Krishna and all the sages to his home. In order to please both of them, Lord Krishna expanded himself into two and went to the houses of each one of them. Yet neither the king nor the Brahmana could understand that the Lord had gone to the house of the other. Both thought that the Lord had gone only to his own house, that he and his companions were present in both houses, although both the Brahmana and the king thought he was present in his house only, is another opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This opulence is described in the revealed scriptures as Vaibhav Praksha.
Prakash.
Similarly,
Vaibhav
Prakash.
Prakash, yeah.
Prakash. Similarly, when Lord Krishna married 16,000 wives, he also expanded himself into 16,000 forms, each one of them as powerful as he himself. Similarly, in Vrindavan, when Brahma stole away Krishna's cows, calves, and cowherd boys, Krishna expanded himself into many new cows, calves, and cowherd boys.
Okay, so many times Krishna has done it. It's not extraordinary. For him, it's very easy. Imagine how great Krishna is. You know, Vrindavan, when the calves, Krishna became all of them. Brahma came and stole all the calves and cows. This is, a huge number. And all the boys, Krishna became each one of them and went back to the house as if nothing has happened. And at home, each the form that Krishna had taken looked exactly like the boy's form, the same dress they were wearing, same habits they had, same nature they had, same voice they had. Parents could not detect. For 1 year, actually, they served Krishna. Krishna gave chance to them to serve. Even the cows got chance to milk Krishna in that way. And parallelly achieved that Brahma could get instructed. Brahma had become a little proud. So Krishna very carefully. You see, I was telling you how Krishna was very careful to dealing with devotees, very carefully. Instructing devotee, you have to be very careful. Krishna gives an example. Brahma and even Indra. He did not lift weapon to hit Indra when he did the Govardhan Leela. The devotees are very dear to Krishna, so very carefully we have to. So now what is Krishna doing? This is mystery, and Krishna makes them feel privileged. In Ras Leela also they were thinking Krishna is dancing with me only, even though he was dancing with all the gopis. When they used to offer food to Krishna, they used to feel Krishna is taking food from me only. Krishna makes them feel so special and so loving. So that is his Leela, and he can manage that by his supreme power. It's impossible to understand how this happens. We can't go in two places at the same time. We can't do. Not only Krishna went, all the sages also had incarnated, went in by Krishna's power. They went in two places. Okay? And just like Krishna, when he married 16,000 wives, from the palace, when he used to go to home, he was in every home. How it is possible? This is possible for Krishna. 16,100 forms. If you can make 16,100 forms, then you can marry 16,100 times. But you can't do that. Chalo, continue. Bahulashva.
Bahulashva, the king of Videha, was very intelligent and was a perfect gentleman. He was astonished that so many great sages, along with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, were personally present in his home. He knew perfectly well that the conditioned soul, especially when engaged in worldly affairs, cannot be 100% pure. Whereas the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his pure devotees are always transcendental to worldly contamination. Therefore, when he found that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and all the great sages were at his home, he was astonished and began to thank Lord Krishna for his causeless mercy.
Correct. So if you come pure devotees, Krishna will come to your house. And he will come with all the sages. But you have to see, Krishna cannot be partial, no? For him, all the children are equal. Isn't it, Shisha?
Yeah, Prabhu.
So
Yeah,
if you're pure, like that king, Krishna will come to your house also. Correct. But you have to be pure, you have to be qualified. Krishna will come. He cannot be partial, no? When Krishna gives mercy to Prahlad Maharaj, he puts his Narasimhadev puts his hand on the head of Prahlad Maharaj, proper rights and purport. Same privilege is available to you, provided you are sincere. When Narayana touches conch shell on the head of Dhruva Maharaj, proper rights and purport, same privilege you can also get. Krishna can be merciful to you also, provided we are qualified. But point is, we do not want that. We are not interested. Otherwise, Krishna wants to give the same mercy, he will give. So Krishna will also come
Chaitanya
down
Mahaprabhu.
to your house. Yeah, continue.
Feeling very much obliged and wanting to receive his guest to the best of his capacity, he called for nice chairs and cushions, and Lord Krishna, along with all the sages, sat down very comfortably. At that time, King Bahulaswa's mind was very restless, not because of any problem, but because of great ecstasy of love and devotion. His heart was filled with love and affection for the Lord and his associates, and his eyes were filled with tears of ecstasy. He arranged to wash the feet of his divine guests, and after washing them, he and his family members sprinkled the water on their own heads. After this, he offered the guest nice flower garlands, sandalwood pulp, incense, new garments, ornaments, lamps, cows, and bulls. In a manner just befitting his royal position, he worshipped each one of them in this way. When all had been fed sumptuously and were sitting very comfortably, Bahulaswa came before Lord Krishna and caught his lotus feet. He placed them on his lap and while massaging the feet with his hands, began to speak about the glories of the Lord in a sweet voice.
So he has offered them food, he has offered them flower garland, he has worshipped them, he washed their lotus feet, and then at the end again comes and holds the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna and Balaram, and messaging it began to speak the glories of the Lord in a very sweet. Just like we read about Akrura also. You don't wonder why Krishna went. Actually, you can see he deserves. He so much has love for the Lord. Hannah? You can see that there is no partiality. It actually deserves. So if you really have love for the Lord, Krishna will come. Shisha, it's fine. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, Prabhu. But as the incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he never visited King Pratapradra's house. He was secret to
Where is same house of which person is staying?
the King Pratapradra. In that palace he never visited.
Yes.
But he visited all the devotees' house. But he never visited the of King Pratapradra.
Because he was in the role of a sannyasi, no?
Son.
Yeah, in order to show some lesson that sannyasi should not be very interested in money and power. Okay, continue.
My dear Lord, you are the super soul of all living entities, and as witness within the heart, are cognizant of everyone's activities. As such, being duty bound, we always think of your lotus feet so that we can remain in a secure position without deviating from your eternal service. As a result of our continuous remembrance of your lotus feet, you have kindly visited my place personally to favor me with your causeless mercy. We have heard, my dear Lord, that by your various statements you confirm your pure devotees to be more dear to you than Lord Balaram or your constant servitor, the goddess of fortune. Your devotees are dearer to you than your first son, Lord Lord Brahma. And I am sure that you have so kindly visited my place in order to prove your divine statement. I cannot imagine how people can be godless and demoniac even after knowing of your causeless mercy and affection for your devotees who are constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness. How can they are your lotus feet?
Okay, so
My
very
dear
nice.
Lord, It is
Okay,
known
so
to
this
us.
is going on. His glorification is going on, and as he glorifies the Lord, this is if you're ready like this, Krishna will definitely come. है ना? Want to go to somebody who is with love is waiting for to receive you. Just like we were reading in the morning, Dwaraka. I think Rohan was there. There's so much love they receive Krishna when he comes back to Dwaraka. So we can see why Krishna will come. We have that kind of love. Krishna will come to your place. Okay. You think you're so kind, you're so merciful. You know the privilege Krishna is giving you when he's coming to your place. Yeah, my dear Lord.
My dear Lord, it is known to us that you are so kind and liberal that when a person leaves everything just to engage in Krishna consciousness, you sometimes give yourself in exchange for that unalloyed service. You have appeared in the Yadu dynasty to fulfill your mission of reclaiming all conditioned souls rotting in the sinful activities of material existence. And this appearance is already famous all over the world. My dear Lord, you are the ocean of unlimited mercy, love, and affection. Your transcendental form is full of bliss, knowledge, and eternity. You can attract everyone's heart by your beautiful form as Shyam Krishna. Your knowledge is unlimited, and to teach all people how to execute devotional service, you have sent your incarnation, Nar Narayana, who is engaged in severe austerities and
Just wait and just wait. So when you see it's a reciprocation of love and people engage in service like this, offering everything to the Lord, Krishna becomes their property. In the spiritual world, there is only equation of love and gratitude. The Prabhupada created ISKCON also like that. We work in ISKCON without any salary. So there is only love and gratitude. When devotees come into service, it's only we have gratitude, love and gratitude. There is only one equation, love and gratitude. Okay, rotting in the disappearance is already famous. My dear Lord, you are the ocean unlimited mercy, your transcendental forms full of bliss knowledge. Every heart but a beautiful form is Shyam Sundar Krishna, your knowledge unlimited, teach all how to execute. Narayana engages your austerities
and penances at Badri Narayan. Kindly therefore accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. My dear Lord, I beg to request you and your companions, the great sages and brahmanas, to remain at my place so that this family of the famous King Nini may be sanctified by the dust of your lotus feet at least for a few days. Lord Lord Krishna could not refuse the request of his devotee, and thus he remained there for a few days along with the sages in order to sanctify the city of Mithila and all its citizens.
Okay, so this is what happened at the king's place. He received the Lord with great love. He offered wonderful prayers. He served them. And with the loving transaction, see what happens. In this world also we have loving transaction. But that's illusory. Because body is an illusion. You are not the body. The relationship is illusion. And the place is also temporary. In a temporary place and a temporary body in so-called relationship, how they can be happiness? It's a farce. But in the spiritual realm, there is a pure love and genuine pure love in which there is no adan pradan. Therefore, there is total satisfaction. And you go to the spiritual world, then you have spiritual body in a spiritual abode and an eternal relationship. There is only happiness. So happiness actually depends on the interaction of relationship. Happiness doesn't come from objects. Happiness comes from relationships. Because with the Lord, the relationship is pure. Therefore, it gives maximum happiness. So, therefore, all of us need God. Any comments? Rohan? Keshava? Chalo, continue.
Meanwhile, the Brahmana, simultaneously receiving Lord Krishna and his associates at his home, became transcendently overwhelmed with joy. After offering his guests nice sitting places, the Brahmana began to dance, throwing his wrap around his body. Shrutadeva, being not at all rich, offered only mattresses, wooden planks, straw carpets, etc., to his distinguished
Yes.
guests, Lord Krishna and the sages, but he welcomed them to his best capacity. He began to speak very highly of the Lord and the sages, and he and his wife washed the feet of each one of them. After this, he took the water and sprinkled it all all the members of his family, and although it appeared that the Brahmana was very poor, he was at that time most fortunate. While Shruta Deva was welcoming Lord Krishna and his associates, he simply forgot himself in transcendental joy. After welcoming the Lord and his companions according to his capacity, he brought fruits, incense, scented water, scented clay, tulsi leaves, kusha straw, and lotus flowers. They were not very costly items and could be secured very easily, but because they were offered with devotional love, Lord Krishna and his associates accepted them very gladly. The Brahmana's wife cooked very simple foods like rice and dal, and Lord Krishna and his followers were very pleased to accept them because they were offered in devotional love. When Lord Krishna and his associates were fed in this way, the Brahmana Shrutadeva was thinking thus: I am fallen into deep dark well of householder life and am the most unfortunate person. How is how has it become possible that Lord Krishna, who is the great supreme personality of Godhead, and his associates, the great sages, whose very presence makes a place as sanctified as a pilgrimage site, have agreed to come to my place? While the Brahmana was thinking in this way, the guests finished their lunch and sat back very comfortably. At that time, the Brahmana, Shrutadeva, and his wife, children, and other relatives appeared there to render service to the distinguished guest. While touching the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, the Brahmana began to speak. My dear Lord, he said, you are the Supreme Person, Purushottama, situated transcendentally to the manifested and unmanifested material creation. The activities of this material world and of the conditioned souls have nothing to do with your positions. We can appreciate that it is not that only today you have given me your audience. You are associating with all the living entities as Paramatma since the beginning of creation. This statement of Brahmana is very instructive. It is in fact the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his Paramatma feature entered the creation of this material world as Mahavishnu, Garbhodayakshi Vishnu and Kshirodayakshi Vishnu. And in very friendly attitude, the Lord is sitting along with the conditioned soul in the body.
Okay,
Therefore,
just watch
every
this
living
word.
entity.
Watch this word in a very friendly attitude. Krishna is sitting in the heart, and not with love. Very friendly. So Hridam is a well-wishing friend. He's sitting in the heart. Yes. He said, you come to my house. It is not extraordinary. You are sitting in my heart in a very friendly. Krishna is there in the Paramatma in the heart, but how is he there? Very friendly attitude, wishing well. Yes.
Therefore, every living entity has the Lord with him from the very beginning. But due to his mistaken consciousness of life, the living entity cannot understand this.
Correct.
When his consciousness is, however, changed to Krishna consciousness, he can immediately understand how Krishna is trying to assist the conditioned souls to get out of the material entanglement.
Okay? So God is sitting in the heart. Yayathama, Prabhupada, to the degree you surrender, Prabhupada says that responsive cooperation, to the degree you respond to the service to the Lord, to that degree Krishna starts revealing himself. If there is a heart and you accept what Shastra says, he will reveal himself. My Lord, I heard in Bhagavata this chapter, and that Brahmana Shrutadeva said you're sitting in the heart. Are you there really? You can speak.
No.
There in the heart. I heard your devotee, great devotee says you're sitting in the heart. So how do I understand your presence? Can you reveal your presence? Actually, Shukadeva Goswami says, because we continuously get guidance, we can understand Lord is there. It's like suppose you're entering a dark area and suddenly you hear a sound, turn left. The sound cannot come by mechanical means. So somebody is there behind you. So if you're introspective, we can understand there is guidance coming to me. That is coming from the Lord. Lord is there always in the heart. So his presence, just like by consciousness, we can understand I'm not body, I'm a soul. We can understand because consciousness cannot come from matter. So similarly, I can understand Lord is there because there is a continuous guidance happening. So along with the soul, not only the body, soul is there, there is super soul situated in the heart. And actually, he is the driver of the body, not you. You're just a passenger sitting in the car, and all you do is desire. I want to go to America, okay? Rohan, I'll take you to America. I want to go to... Vivek, where are you now? You're still in Pune? Where are you now?
Hello,
Where are you? Which city you are now?
I'm in Hyderabad.
Oh, you're Hyderabad. You told me last time. So you are in Hyderabad. Okay. So wherever you say now from Hyderabad, I'll go to Moscow. So Krishna plans. Okay, let me take him to Moscow. Keep desiring. Like we are like a child sitting in the car of the body. We keep desiring. That's it. And Krishna fulfills as a best well-wishing friend. And continue. Some Shrutadeva continue.
Shrutadeva continued, "My dear Lord, you have entered this material world as if in a sleeping condition. A conditioned soul while sleeping creates false or temporary worlds. He becomes busy in many illusionary activities, sometimes becoming a king, sometimes being murdered, or sometimes going to an unknown city. And all these are simply temporary affairs. Similarly, your lordship, apparently also in a sleeping condition, enters this material world to create a temporary manifestation, not for your personal necessities, but for the conditioned soul who wants to who wants to imitate your lordship as enjoyer. The conditioned soul's enjoyment in the material world is temporary and illusory, and yet the conditioned soul is by himself unable to create such a temporary situation for his illusory enjoyment. In order to fulfill his desires, although they are temporary and illusory, you enter this temporary manifestation to help him. Thus, from the beginning of the conditioned soul's entering into the material world, you are his constant companion. When, therefore, the conditioned soul comes in contact with a pure devotee and takes to devotional service, beginning from the process of hearing your transcendental pastimes, glorifying your transcendental activities, worshipping your eternal form in the temple, offering prayers to you, and engaging in discussion to understand your transcendental position, he then gradually becomes freed from contamination of material existence. His heart becomes cleansed of all material dust, and thus gradually you become visible in the heart of the devotee. Although you are constantly with the conditioned soul, only when he becomes purified by devotional service do you become revealed to him. Others who are bewildered by fruitive activities, either by Vedic injunction or customary dealings, and who do not take to devotional service, become captivated by the external happiness of the bodily concept of life. You are not revealed to such persons. Rather, you remain far, far away from them. But for one who is engaged in your devotional service, has purified his heart by constant chanting of your holy name, you become very easily understood as his eternal constant companion.
So Krishna rises in the heart of a devotee more and more. Today we are discussing the shloka Sunday night. Tesham evanu kampartham, out of compassion. But Prabhupada says the rule is you should be very sincere and serious. Suppose somebody is more and more attracted to the bodily concept and he's captivated external happiness. He can do that, but Krishna will go far away. But when he's sincere in offering devotional service to the Lord, then what will happen? More and more Krishna will become revealed. Okay? By constant, what is the best process in Kali Yuga? Constant chanting of the holy name. Take to this process, keep chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Yes, so if you're constantly chanting the holy name of the Lord, at least this we can do. Other things may not be thinking about the Lord, doing this, doing that. It's difficult. But constant chanting is possible. You can whenever you get time, you can just keep chanting. You're walking, you're sleeping, you're bathing. There's nothing to lose, no. Keep chanting. If possible, keep chant whole day. But you are in office, you can't chant, they'll throw you out. They say, do some work. Okay, you do work. But in the heart, you can. As you're chanting all the day, when you're working, you'll be thinking about the Lord. Just like today, what happens? Whole day we are thinking about our office work. And we're chanting time also, we're thinking about office. That's what happens to us now. But when we get purified, it will reverse. Sadhana time will think about Krishna intensely, and rest of the day when you're doing activities, you'll be thinking about the Lord. It was so nice today. I chanted, the holy names are so sweet. Like that. Okay? That way will. But if you get involved in sense gratification, that means you want illusion. How can you have both truth and illusion at the same time? You cannot have. Okay? So when you want to dabble in illusion, then Krishna has to offer you illusory happiness. And Maya has to drag your heart. Correct? Continue.
It is said that your lordship, sitting in the heart of a devotee, gives him direction by which he can very quickly come back to home, back to you. This direct dictation by you reveals your existence within the heart of the devotee. Only a devotee can immediately appreciate your existence within his heart, whereas for a person who has only a bodily conception of life and is engaged in sense gratification, you always remain covered by the curtain of Yogamaya. Such a person cannot realize that you are very near, sitting within his heart. For a non-devotee, you are appreciated only as ultimate death. The difference is like the difference between a cat carrying its kitten in its mouth and a cat carrying a rat in its mouth. In the mouth of the cat, the rat feels its death, whereas the kittens in the mouth of the cat feel motherly affection. Similarly, you are present to everyone, but the non-devotee feels you as ultimate cruel death. Whereas for a devotee, you are the supreme instructor and philosopher. The atheist, therefore, understands the presence of God as death, but the devotee understands the presence of God always within his heart, takes dictation from you, and lives transcendentally, not being affected by the contamination of the material world. You
Contamination
are the
of the material world. Okay, so that's the kindness of Krishna. Those who take to, so you have choice. You want to see God as death, Mrityu Sarva Harascharam, or you want to lovingly deal with the beautiful pastimes of the Lord. Okay. Just like I give example of a teacher. So the teacher sometimes and the student making too much noise can throw student out of the class. So two ways you can deal. You can be a student very evidently hearing and interacting with the teacher, asking questions or clarifying what he's trying to say, assisting the teacher in his teaching, helping him. So that way you develop a loving relationship with the teacher. You actually feel the presence of the teacher in the classroom. The other student who ignore the presence of the teacher, only thing he knows is get out of the class. When the teacher forces him to get out, he knows there is a power which threw me out of the class. That's all he could see. But he could not personally feel the presence of the teacher. So similarly in the body, even though we are in a metal body, if we engage in a loving service to Krishna, we can feel the presence of the Lord, which gradually becomes revealed as we become spiritually purified. But suppose we ignore all that, the death, just like a teacher says, get out, we get order, get out of this body. At that time, we really don't understand. We just understand some supreme power is there, which made me finish now. Even though I tried all medication and everything, I'm smashed now. That's all. But you cannot personally see the Lord. The example of Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj could see the Lord and relate to him whole life. And Hiranyakashipu saw the Lord as death, Narasimha. That's all. But he could not understand much. He just saw one powerful personality just come and kill him, like Hiranyakashipu. Continue, Mataji.
You are the supreme controller and superintendent of the material nature's activities. The atheistic class of men simply observe the activities of material nature but cannot find you as the original background. A devotee, however, can immediately see your hand in every movement of material nature. The curtain of Yogamaya cannot cover the eyes of the devotee of your lordship, but it can cover the eyes of the non devotee. The non devotee is unable to see you eye to eye, just as a person whose eyes are interrupted by the covering of a cloud cannot see the sun. All the persons who are flying above the cloud can see the sunshine brilliantly as it is. My dear Lord, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. My dear self effulgent Lord, I am your eternal servitor. Therefore, kindly Therefore, kindly order me. What can I do for you? The conditioned soul feels the pangs of material contamination as threefold miseries as long as you are not visible to him. And as soon as you are visible by development of Krishna consciousness, all miseries of material existence simultaneously become vanquished.
So if you have this kind of love, Krishna will come. And you should ask only one question. What can I do for you? Correct? We say when guest comes, if you have this kind of question, Krishna will come. But generally we call the Lord and we give a list, then Krishna will not come. Nobody likes to be exploited. Yes. Continue.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is naturally very much affectionately inclined to his devotees. When he heard Shrutadeva's prayer of pure devotion, he was very much pleased and immediately caught his hands and began to address him thus. My dear Shrutadev, all these great sages and saintly persons have been very kind to you by personally coming here to see you. You should consider this opportunity to be a great fortune for you. They are so kind that they are traveling with me and wherever they go, they immediately make the whole atmosphere as pure as transcendence simply by the touch of the dust of their feet. People are accustomed to go to temples of God. They also visit holy places of pilgrimage, and after prolonged association with such activities for many days by touch and by worship, gradually they become purified. But the influence of great sages and saintly persons is so great that by seeing them one immediately becomes completely purified.
Chalo, continue.
Moreover,
Influence the great saintly is
the
so
very
great.
purifying
Really purified. Yeah. So they are more powerful than even visiting holy places. That's why I was saying, you may make an endeavor for spiritual advancement, but actually we get blessings of devotee that is faster. Okay, we advance more by blessings of Vaishnavas than by our endeavor. Therefore, devotee is always an attitude of servitorship, by mercy. That's how Krishna has designed it. Dasa dasano, dasa, servant of the servant of the servant. Okay. That attitude makes us so peaceful. And metal word, the attitude is master of the master of the master. That is an artificial attitude. Krishna is the Parama Ishvara, not we. But we want to become Parama Ishvara. Yes, chalo, continue.
Moreover, the very purifying potency of pilgrimages or worship of different demigods is also achieved by the grace of saintly persons. A pilgrimage site becomes a holy place because of the presence of the saintly persons there. My dear Shrutadev, when a person is born as a Brahmana, he immediately becomes the best of all human beings. And if such a Brahmana remaining self-satisfied practices austerity, studies the Vedas and engages in my devotional service, as is the duty of Brahmana, or in other words, if a Brahmana becomes a Vaishnava, how wonderful is his greatness. My feature of the four-handed Narayan is not so pleasing or dear to me as is a Brahmana Vaishnava. Brahmana means one well conversant with Vedic knowledge. A Brahmana is the insignia of perfect knowledge, and I am the full-fledged manifestation of all gods. The less intelligent class of men do not understand me as the highest knowledge, nor do they understand the influence of the Brahmana Vaishnava. They are influenced by the three modes of material nature and thus dare to criticize me and my pure devotees. A Brahmana, Vaishnava, or a devotee already on the Brahminical platform can realize me within his heart, and therefore he definitely concludes that the whole cosmic manifestation and its different features are effects of different energies of the Lord. Thus, he has clear conception of the whole material nature and the total material energy, and in every action, such a devotee sees me only and nothing else.
My dear.
My dear, my dear Shrutadeva, you may therefore accept all these great saintly persons, brahmanas and sages as my bona fide representatives. By worshipping them faithfully, you will be worshipping me more diligently. I consider worship of my devotees to be better than direct worship of me. If someone attempts to worship me directly without worshipping my devotees, I do not accept such worship, even though it may be presented with great opulence.
Yeah.
In this way, both the Brahmana, Shrutadeva, and the king of Mithila, under the direction of Lord, worshipped both Krishna and his followers, the great sages and saintly Brahmanas, on an
Equal
level of spiritual importance. Both Brahmana and king ultimately achieved the supreme goal of being transferred to the spiritual world. The devotee does not know anyone except Lord Krishna, and Krishna is most affectionate to his devotee. Lord Krishna remained in Mithila both at the house of the Brahmana Shrutadev and at the palace of King Bahulasva, and after favoring them lavishly by his transcendental instructions, he went back to his capital city, Dwarka. The instruction we receive from this incident is that King Bahulasva and Shrutadeva, the Brahmana, were accepted by the Lord on the same level because both were pure devotees. This is the real qualification for being recognized by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because it has become the fashion of this age to become falsely proud of having taken birth in the family of a Kshatriya or of a Brahmana, we see persons without any qualification other than birth claiming to be a Brahmana or Kshatriya or Vaishya. But as it is stated in the scriptures, Kalau Sudra Sambhava, in this age of Kali, everyone is a Shudra. This is because there is no performance of the purificatory processes known as the samskaras, which begin from the time of the mother's pregnancy and continue up to the point of individual's death. No one can be classified as a member of a particular caste, especially of a higher caste, Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, simply by birthright. If one is not purified by the process of the seed giving ceremony or Garbandhana Samskara, he is immediately classified amongst the Shudras. Undergo this purificatory process. Sex life without the purificatory process of Krishna consciousness is merely the seed giving process of the Shudras or animals. But Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection by which everyone can come to the platform of a Vaishnava. This includes having all the qualification of a Brahmana. The Vaishnavas are trained to become free from the four kinds of sinful activities: illicit sex, indulgence in toxicants, gambling, and eating animal foodstuff. No one can be on the Brahminical platform without having these preliminary qualifications, and without becoming a qualified Brahmana, one cannot become a pure devotee. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the second volume, 31st chapter of Krishna, the kidnapping of Subhadra, and Lord Krishna's visiting Shrutadeva and Bahulasva.
Yes, makes sense. Krishna visited both of them and lovingly both of them reciprocated. Yes, Rohan, chalo, let us start. What did you learn from this chapter? What is the reflection? Something you remember? I just went it fast because time was getting over, so we didn't discuss. But any points?
Yes, sir.
What are the
First point-
sweetest thing?
Yes, sir. First point is, sir, nothing can happen without the permission of Lord Krishna. So that is stated in the first example where what do you call, where Lord Krishna wanted Arjuna to marry Subhadra. So with nothing can happen without his permission, and he could only take Subhadra because Krishna sanctioned it. So number
No,
one.
see, Rohan, this can create a controversy now. See, just like I desire to kill, I desire to do some bad thing. Through Krishna's permission Krishna's sanction is there, but it is not given happily sometimes. Just like you want to drink, and you tell your father, I want to drink, I want to drink, I want to drink, I want to drink, I want to drink. Okay, drink. So at that moment, father is not giving you permission with love. He says, okay. But here, Krishna actually wanted Arjuna to kidnap. ठीक है ना? So Krishna's permission and happiness. You understand? You can force a permission, just like somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, why did God send us to this world? So Prabhupada said, no, Krishna did not send you, forced him to allow you to come here. Just like it happens in temples, some devotee said, I want to go. All of us said, don't go, why you want to go? It's such an opportunity to serve Krishna. Correct? We do that, no? Same way, the whole, spiritual world, Shisha, many people will come to advise us, Hannah? But he said, oh no, I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy. Leave me alone. Don't eat my head. It happens, Shisha. As father also sometimes. You don't come into my life. Anna, this is my plan. What we can do, okay? As a loving father, I will sanction your desire. But my plan, you could have done something better, Anna. So we could have desired some beautiful service to Krishna, but we said, no, I don't want to. I want just get a taste of it, how it is to be without you. Okay, Krishna knows it will be miserable, but try. Krishna try. And then we read in the purport, we can't even make plan of our enjoyment. We can't even create facilities of our enjoyment. We just desire. And it is Krishna as Paramatma within the heart, knows all of the desires we have. And one by one, both in the day and even in the dream, creates facilities for the enjoyment which we are hankering. The whole idea is one day we get disgusted. It's a very slow process. But in comes the devotees of the Lord. They know what the Lord wants. They know that you have forced a sanction out of the Lord. But actually, this is not a way. So they advise us, why don't you go back to the Lord? This is a faster process. If you hear Krishna book, you save so many million lifetimes of experiential learning, correct? There is one thing in learning by hearing, one thing in learning by experience. So we can learn by hearing. That's opportunity only in human form of life. In animals and dogs, you cannot hear. You cannot read Krishna book sitting in a dog's body. You'll only bark. So that opportunity we are taking now. Yeah. So the sanction was, they just clarified. Yeah. Continue, Rohan.
Then, sir, we need to be qualified to see the sages and Krishna. So, as qualified as example given by the king and Shrutadev. So, we need to be qualified to see the sages and Krishna. Then, one more point is that over here, materially, that's what you had discussed, sir, that materially everyone wants to be served, but actual devotee is who wants to serve Krishna, who wants to be the servant and serve Krishna. Yes, sir.
What is the second thing you said?
That materially everyone wants to be served, but the devotee of Krishna wants to serve the Lord.
Correct. You must no. The overall attitude is a service, in the sense that in the spiritual world you can directly go meet the Lord. You're a pure devotee. Still, he will like to keep himself at the back, and even Radharani does that. If you go as a devotee, she says, "Oh, great devotees come. You go on the forward. I'll stay behind." So everybody feels that you are better devotee, and they like to serve you in your service to the Lord. That's the nature. Dasa dasa anudasa is the nature of the spiritual world. The material, and everybody feels glorious, just like Tulsi. Krishna feels so pleased with the service, he keeps it at his lotus feet. So everybody feels so happy about it, and he feels how glorious you are. Not that they get envious of you. So spiritual world is a different place altogether. It's in consciousness. True, it's a different world, but you enter that by consciousness, not by actual spaceship. Manoj. Hare Krishna, Manoj.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hello, something you can think of what you like today's chapter, even though I'm sorry we rushed through the chapter.
No, Prabhuji, it was, read very nicely by Mataji. And
what do you remember today? If you got sleeping, what do you remember from this chapter? For you, it said morning now, 10 o'clock? No, for you, it will be evening, 5 o'clock? Manoj?
So that indicates Krishna enjoys even with these Leela giving pleasure to the devotees.
And Krishna went both to the house of the rich man and the poor man. What is the lesson there?
Yes, Prabhuji. So,
hey, England, what happened to England?
Prabhuji, yeah. So
your prime minister is in trouble, so you're all in trouble. But may means she may survive. She can survive till May, month of May. This your prime minister May. What a name.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
What is the lesson, Mataji?
See, whatever condition, economical, financial condition we may be in, but the devotion matters, not the money, how rich a person is, how poor a person is. I mean, if according to the what he can afford. So both of them served.
So Krishna sees what you are keeping behind, not what you are offering.
Yes.
If you have 10 rupees, you're offering 1 rupee. And if you have 1 crore, you're offering 1 rupee. It is different from the Lord. The sacrifice is more than he has. And anyway, this Brahmana, what he offers a mat to sit on the floor. He doesn't have big simhasans. And Krishna accepts it. And then he offers water and only rice and dal. And the king he offered all. King would offered 1,008 items, isn't it? I can accept, isn't it? And he enjoyed it. And Krishna can eat the whole offering like Jagannatha eats Chappan Bhoga, he can eat. But the Brahmana, poor person could offer. Krishna enjoyed with great pleasure. And it does happen sometimes. We're very hungry, we go to somebody, just make simple rice, dal or khichdi, it is so tasty. So for Krishna, more important than the ingredient, it's your love. It's not that we don't care of the ingredients and give burnt chapati. No, we should, everything Krishna is Uttama Shloka. Offer the best to Krishna, everything you offer best. But it is always good to offer what you have, correct? So the Brahmana, even the poor, the qualification of the Brahmana, he should be satisfied. That's not that he has 10 rupees. Like Sudama Brahmana went to meet Krishna, we read some times ago. He was totally satisfied. He was bankrupt when he went to Krishna and Krishna did not give him 1 rupee. And he came on the way, he was thinking, oh my God, He never asked Krishna for anything. And he knew his wife is going to ask when at home, did Krishna give any money? And he knows he never asked. And he thought Krishna knows his heart, but didn't give. Maybe he thought that I'll become proud. And he was still happy. He's still happy. I mean, that's a Brahmana. Then you're a Brahmana. Otherwise, you're not a Brahmana if you're desiring some opulence to be happy. Brahmana should be satisfied. So we are all practicing Krishna consciousness and we are training Brahmanical training. We should always be happy. Unless you're satisfied and happy with whatever situation God has given you, you cannot follow any rules and regulations. Okay? An unhappy, dissatisfied mind can't do anything. Make sense? And the king was opulent, he offered what he had to the Lord. So you're a king, it's not that you offer a straw mat. Don't do that. You're a king, you don't offer rice dal, you offer chapan bhog now. It's like Prabhupada was in America, he told the devotees, you are also rich by God's grace, a rich country. You should offer chapan bhog every meal. You can afford that. Hana? But somebody is poor, he can offer straw mat. Krishna is very like Sanatan Goswami offering dry chapatis. Krishna is happy. So it depends. Okay, Shisha, you wanted to add something? What did you remember from this chapter?
That Krishna establishes that he is the supreme personality, that his decision is the final. And in the first one portion, in the second portion, that we are this devotee. And in our different capacity, Patram Bhaktam Param Toya, it is depend upon his this one character. Like Brahma is offering what is matter, and he is offering in his capacity. Actually, that is the love is more important.
Yeah.
Another thing that it glorifies that that acharyas, all these villages has come. They carry supreme personality of God within their heart. They turn the whole places into the place of pilgrimage. Like Yudhishthira has glorified Vidura. That even Vidura, that when Vidura left the palace, Lord was there in Dwaraka, but he visited all the places to meet the sages who actually want to see the devotees of the Lord.
Correct. The love. Krishna is waiting. Krishna is hungry for our love. That's all. It's like a father is hungry for the love of the children. Isn't it? A father is waiting. When the child will call him and say, Father, how are you? He's just waiting for that. He's hungry for that. So Krishna is also hungry for it. Otherwise, he doesn't want anything. He's fully satisfied. He's Swarat, Atmaram. Hana? He's Swarat and Atmaram. He's independent and fully satisfied. But he loves to get loving dealing from his devotees. He's very happy.
And as a Paramatma, actually, that portion that glorifies, that is Dwapurna Swahid Sakaya Samanoksha Parishad, that is Paramatma and soul specific, the relationship. Yeah. One is actually Paramatma seeing all the devotees, all the people, and acting in a different way, and for the devotee and as well as the non-devotees. And
yeah, that's the Paramatma sits with love in the heart of every living entity. In any condition, sometimes even father, mother disown a child, but Paramatma doesn't leave a child. Yes, Prabha Mataji, anything from the chapter you can take home?
Yes, Prabhuji, just what I learned is with love and devotion, pure love and devotion, whatever you try to offer to Lord, He will accept it with a great love. It's like Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. I think that verse I remember while I reading this one.
Yes. Krishna is satisfied just with a leaf. Yeah.
Leaves,
yes, Nupur Mataji, you like to remember anything from the... I think everybody has forgotten Subhadra. Second pastor.
Prabhuji, the prayers by both devotees was, it was very good, like how they describe Krishna, how he's situated in the material world as a companion in Paramatma form, how the soul is conditioned and positioned. And I like the part where they say that Krishna comes, how is that? In sleeping condition, because this world is temporary, he comes inside and then he manifests the material world, and then, but he just to out of compassion to help the soul, he sits in the heart of the devotee, in heart of everyone, to help him, realize the truth.
Yeah.
And he treats everyone
You see
equally.
how gentle is the counseling of Krishna. If we can do that, we can develop a very mature attitude. You see, we voted against Krishna. Krishna doesn't come with a knife to kill us, okay? Which we will do to anybody who does that. And then very gently, Krishna is staying with the person through the sages. Why do you, if you wish, therefore Prabhupada, we are discussing today afternoon, Rohan was there, the purports of Prabhupada. Prabhupada that if you so wish, you can serve Krishna. So, it's for you to choose. Krishna, nobody honors you more than Krishna. You decided not to stay with Krishna. Krishna honored that, created the whole material world. And then you want to have different desires. Krishna creates every facility you are desiring. At the same time, Krishna instructs from within the heart or as outside. If you so wish, we can chant Hare Krishna. Correct? We should never say chant forcefully, no. Because then we are disregarding the honor that even Krishna is giving to somebody. And we have no business in forcing somebody to do anything. But with love, we can say, if you so wish, you can chant Hare Krishna. If you so wish, we can be part of Krishna book reading. If you so wish, like that, it will be very beautiful. Correct? That's how Paramatma deals, very gently, trying to just like a small ant. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and what are we? Not even an ant. But how much he honors our freedom. If you so wish, you can be united with me in beautiful devotional service. Hana? If you so wish. No, I don't want anything to do with you. Okay? Krishna honors. Okay? Imagine how loving Krishna is. Hana? Okay? That's real love, no? You honor somebody, love means you should respect another person. No? How can you have love without respect for another person? Correct? So Krishna really respects us. And therefore, it is for us to choose to serve him. And that really beauty. Chalo. Anything else from this chapter? Take home.
And that the last part where they say in Kali Yuga everyone is a Shudra because no one is only by birth, right? You cannot be a Brahmana only like that.
Yes.
You have to have more qualifications to be actually a Brahmana Vaishnava.
Yes. Vivek, any final word before we go?
No, sir. It was nice hearing. Like I've
missed
joined after a long time.
I missed you so much. I thought I didn't bother you. I thought Vivek is super sattvic, but these things are, it looked maybe not so interesting. But I'm very happy that Vivek was interesting.
I like the teaching. Like I think Rohan told that you were discussing with him the teaching that when the father, like the child says, I want to drink, and the father holds. So, like how the father teaches that wrong thing. I do not.
He speaks very, very softly. That is his nature. Rohan, you got what he was trying to say?
No, sir, I didn't get, sir. Voice went.
It's very soft. That's how he is. He's super sattvic. Nupur, you have not seen his video, no? Oba, they made a simple video, but to this day, when I show that video, all students start jumping. So, I think 10 years are over. Yeah.
Which video, Prabhu?
Oh, I'll show you one day.
Which video, Prabhuji?
Next time when you come to Mangalore, I'll show you.
We have to come to Mangalore.
Yeah, for that you have to come to Mangalore.
At least for that we'll come surely.
It is available on my page. If they want, you can see.
Yeah, Vivek, you'll say that again. The last part we didn't hear.
Like I have created a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I have uploaded it there. So if anyone wants, they can check the page.
Yeah. Here only you give the link of your Facebook page in this Hangout. The discussion is going on the left. You can see that Hangout?
Yes.
Yeah. Type there. You can just cut paste.
What is the name, Prabhu? Facebook? Which?
He is going to give you.
VKNITK. Okay, I'll just check.
Okay.
He will put it.
Yeah.
ठीक है, thanks everybody. It was a nice time.
Yes, yes,
Thank
Prabhu.
you, sir.
I joined late, but I
Yes,
enjoyed
Prabhu.
it.
Yeah,
So,
you are
Prabhu,
always.
what happened to? Did you ring up and found out what happened?
Yeah, what's happening tomorrow? Diksha is in Sheshadipuram temple.
Okay.
Day after tomorrow, it is the Narasimha Giridhari temple. That's what has
Okay.
been tentatively decided. Okay.
So your those devotees are going to Narasimha Giridhari.
They are landing up tomorrow morning. They will try in Sheshadipuram. If they not, they will come with you for interview to the.
Yes, yes, sure.
ठीक है,
You
ma'am.
just give me their name and I'll ask them to meet me. That's all.
You can give them some nice prasadam. Yeah. ठीक है, okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.